Ladies and gentlemen, just figured I'd unmute myself and let you know what's going on. We had a little bit of a delay because all of the Twitch issues that were going on. Twitch was down for a short while, and I sat there refreshing twitchstatus.com, and eventually it came back up, and we're good to go on the Twitch side. But due to those delays, the lobby was a little bit later getting set up, and we are still missing one player from CLC. We got 9 in the lobby, so we'll be ready to go in just any second now. They just said he's logging on, booting up his computer, so should be 2 seconds. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated, and the game should be getting played here any minute now. My apologies for the delay. I know it sucks sitting here waiting, especially since I still got that thing scrolling. Let's get rid of this because it still says starting at 4, and it's just taunting you guys. It's like, he's late. Let's rub it in his face. But no, yeah, so we'll be getting going any second, but I'll keep you guys posted, let you know what's going on, and like I said, we should be going in just a couple minutes. So thank you for staying tuned, and I'll talk to you again in just a few moments. Right, we're getting into this. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. UGC League Western Invite Grand Finals. Oh man, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a gooder. Now, before we get anything going, please let me know in the comments if anything is strange with the stream. I upped a few of my settings, changed my bitrate on the stream, so it should be running smoother. But if I screwed anything up and it's running slow, chugging, lagging, anything, please let me know, and I will do my best to adjust that in between the games or whenever we happen to get a lull. If there's a pause or something, I'll reset the stream and get things going. But hopefully the adjustments I've made will make this stream run a lot smoother, and it'll keep everything in line. So, yeah, just let me know. Keep me posted. But anyways, we're into the draft. Let's do this. Vacation Dampeer versus Cafe Lou Crew. This is going to be a best-of-5 series. I think I already mentioned that. But, yeah, it's up in the stream title. But best-of-5 for the Western Invite Grand Finals. Now, Vacation Dampeer throughout the season went 14-6. And their opponents, Cafe Lou Crew, went 16-4. So both of these teams just absolutely crushing through the competition, and they are sitting right at the top of the bracket. I could not have asked for a better game to cast today. I'm super, super stoked for this. The winner of this game will be taking home a... okay, so I asked the admin about it. He said winner of the game takes a share of the $2,000 prize pool plus some ticket sales. So I don't know what the percentages of those are, whether they get half of the 2,000 or if they get all of it or what. I would assume half. So $1,000 plus a... Yeah, okay, the admin says all I can say is a share of the 2K prize pool. Plus they're getting some of the ticket sales as well, and I don't know what that percentage is either. So either way, there's a hefty amount of money riding on these these potentially 5 games. So it's going to be a big one for both of these teams to win, and I'm really, really excited to see what they pull out of their hats for this game, because it's going to be incredibly intense. And both of these teams have faced each other a good number of times before. They know each other's playstyle, and they know how to get under each other's skin. So I'm really, really excited for this. These are the 2 of the top teams in the UGC League right now. So, once again, this is the Western Invite, so these are all North American teams. The new and budding talent on the scene. These are the guys that, like, in a year will be taking the TI qualifiers, you know? Like, they won't be the direct, well, they might be the direct invites, but they're going to be right there, man. These guys are talented, so this is definitely no pure amateur Dota. This is about as semi-pro as you get. But either way, this is an exciting opening. We got the Troll, the Shadow Fiend, the Avenge, and the Sniper all bound out. Pretty run-of-the-mill. But the Bat Rider picked up by Cafe Lucru, and in response, Vacation Dampeer pick up the first pick, IO Tiny. This is interesting. This is something that you got to be extremely confident in to first pick. I mean, generally you save that for the second phase because, you know, you kind of get a feel for the opponent's draft. You know, you can kind of tell whether or not you're going to be able to deal with it or not. But these guys are just going balls to the wall. They're going to throw that little ball of light right into the pool as their first pick up the Tiner to go with it, and they're going to have that global ganking presence to round out their draft. I'm curious what this is going to mean for the rest of their draft, because we've been seeing quite a few global presence heroes being picked up in the meta lately. Spirit Breaker has been showing up every once in a while. Zeus has been picked up quite often, and I want to say there's one other, not Nature's Prophet, but there's another hero that offers some sort of global presence. Oh, Spectre. Spectre's kind of been, yeah, she hasn't really been picked up. Yeah. Sorry, I was just informing the chat. They're on a 2-minute delay, so everyone's like, where's the donut? I'm like, it's already gone, let's do it. Alright, but anyways, yeah, so, I'm curious to see how Cafe Lucre is going to deal with this. Like I said, this is a really, really bold pick, and, you know, the Bat Rider, he does okay. He does okay against the IO Tiny, just because he can, well, he can separate the two, which is the big thing. I mean, you get into a fight, and if you can grab one or the other and pull them away from each other, you know, break that tether, break the ability to, you know, relocate out, that can be very important. But at the same time, Bat Rider's a pretty squishy hero and an easy target for level 6 IO Tiny ganks. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. But anyways, the Earthshaker picked up by CLC and as well. And, I mean, I think that's just a good pick that they're comfortable with. Not really any particular synergy with or against the IO Tiny. I'm curious to see if we're going to see a Disruptor this game. Not a very common pickup, but it works so well against this combination. Because, I mean, the second they relocate, you just glimpse the Tiny back out, and suddenly there's a free IO sitting there for 12 seconds that you can just beat on. And if you have a friend there to help you out, you can kill them. And it's fantastic. It's free kills every time they relocate. But, of course, that is reliant on you getting that glimpse off in proper fashion and the Disruptor being around when that relocate happens. But it's an interesting pick, and it brings a really weird dynamic to that IO Tiny play, which I really, really like to see. But anyways, Silencer and Skywrath going to be the next 2 bans out. Not sure why the Silencer ban. I think that's more just kind of to prevent that global initiation, because Silencer can really shut down those ganks from anywhere on the map. As soon as you see that relocate come in, you just drop the global silence, and Tiny can't do his burst combo the second he gets over there. And of course, that can be mitigated by BKBs and things like that, but you know, that's not always guaranteed. So there's always that. Queen of Pain banned out by Cafe Lucru. I do like that ban. Although she's not a typical global presence hero, she does have an insane amount of mobility and can be across the map at any second. So you can kind of consider her global in the same way that you consider Puck global. I mean, Puck has so many movement. It's so many movement abilities. She can kind of get between the lanes really quickly and just do a lot of work on the map. So Queen of Pain kind of fitting into that same role, and that's, I think, why Cafe Lucre is banning that out. Another curious thing that I'm wondering about here is if that Iotiny is going to be run on the mid lane. We've seen that happen a couple times, especially when teams like to run very greedy drafts. They'll put the Iotiny mid and then get a couple self-sufficient laners in either lane. You get, you know, something like a Queen of Pain on the safe lane. Obviously, that's banned out, but you can put something like that there, and then you can get something in the off lane to kind of just soak up that experience. Get like an Axe or a Centaur or something that can just really stand in the lane and just kind of soak up as much golden experience as you can from every portion of the map. It's really good for running with junglers as well. If you want to run like a Chen with an Iotiny, it's a little bit weird, but it does give you a lot of push potential and, of course, maximizes your gold gain on the map. So that's also a possibility. The Disruptor was banned out, so we're not going to see that brought to the table, but Phoenix is going to be the pickup here for Vacation Dampeer, so curious to see how this gets run. We've seen quite a few Phoenix pickups, and if I had a stats guy, I'd love to ask him what the stats are on Phoenix in pro play, just in general, like win rates and you know, kill-death ratios and stuff, because I've seen Phoenix run very successfully in a lot of circumstances, but I've also seen equally as many where Phoenix just gets trashed and does nothing. And I think that's kind of a momentum thing. Phoenix is a hero that really needs his experience, so the better off you do in the early game, the harder you're going to snowball into the late. But, you know, there's always that question of whether or not you're going to be able to do that. But either way, that is 3 strength heroes on the side of Vacation Dampeer, so maybe Cafe Lucru start looking towards some heroes that can really abuse that, whether that be a Timbersaw or an Undying even. I don't know if they have room for either of those in their draft. Batrider generally tends to take the off lane. Maybe you run like a mid Undying or a mid Timbersaw or something, but you know, that's questionable. Slark also works very, very well because of the stat steal, so that's something we may see come into play, but again, questionable. I think Slark's actually a very good pickup against Iotiny, just because he's very mobile. He can get away from those ganks really quickly. Once you see the relocate come in, you can be gone before the Iotiny get near you, and it kind of forces the Tiny to pick up a Blink Dagger, which he doesn't want to do if he's paired with the Io. So perhaps that's something that comes into play, but we'll see if that ends up being the choice there. Treant Protector going to be picked up by Vacation Dampeer, and once again, 4 strength heroes. I mean, you know, Phoenix and Io aren't like... They're not heroes that you think of as strength heroes. They're not particularly beefy. They're both ranged. They both have, you know, kind of odd mechanics to them that don't really feel strengthy, but they are indeed strength, and that's their primary stat. So, you know, that stat shred could be very important, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if that's something the Cafe Lucru is thinking about right now. I mean, they might just be wanting to round out their draft with what they're comfortable with, which makes a lot of sense. That,
Reserve time.
I'm curious, actually, how they're going to be laning this. I think... okay, yeah, so I think Vacation Dampeer is probably going to be looking for a mid. I think this will be a safe lane Iotiny. That Treant Protector will probably just be stacking and pulling, running around. I mean, we've seen some weird Treant Protector play in pro play recently. I can't remember which game it was, but I remember seeing a Treant Protector who was, like, literally 0 XP, like not even halfway to level 2, like 0 XP at 6 minutes, and he just had living armor. He was walking around living armor people, so maybe we see something like that, a lot of experience going towards the Iotiny. The big thing about that that combo there, the Wisp and the Tiny, is that you know, they need their experience early. They need to get to 6 as quick as possible. So sticking them in a true tri-lane where you have 2 supports sitting in the lane helping out the Tiny is very, very detrimental to that to the speed at which you can start ganking and which you can start moving around the map. So putting him on the mid lane is a better way to be a little bit more greedy, especially since the Io can move around, get bounty runes and whatnot to supplement his XP gain and things like that. So curious to see what they're going to run with that. I mean, we could run just a duo top, the Treant +1. Maybe, I don't think we'd see a Weaver, because Weaver's kind of fallen out of popularity, but something else that can really, really abuse the Treant armor. Trying to think of what that might be. I don't know. Maybe it could be like a Bristleback or an Axe or something on the solo safe with the Treant helping him out, and then the Iotiny mid and the Phoenix in the off lane. Question. Alright. Cool.
Dire team pick.
So Slark has been banned out by Cafe Lucru themselves. Slark does work fairly well with the Treant armor again, especially just in those levels 1 to 6. I mean, Treant doesn't really offer Slark all that much once he hits 6, because he can just duck into the shadows, regen all of his health, etc. But, you know, that just getting the Slark to 6 is very, very important. So that could have been a combo that could have come out there, but not anymore. Viper also banned out by Vacation Dampeer, so fearing that that ranged harass on Cafe Lu, and I think the Viper would have been a good pick. He's very, very tanky. He can resist those IO tiny ganks, turn it back around by throwing out that Viper Strike on the IO, just kind of shutting him down really quickly. Curious to see what Cafe Lu is thinking of doing to deal with that Phoenix, because they don't have a lot of innate attack speed, and even Wind Ranger, I don't think she can focus fire the egg. I don't think you can actually do that. Alright. So I'm seeing some discussion of the quality of the stream right now.
10 seconds
Let's see if I'm getting any messages here. Nope, okay. Alright, so, yeah, if it is, it looks like only one person's having trouble with the qualities, but if everyone is, please let me know. Like I said, I switched some settings around before this cast to hopefully make it smoother, but if your internet can't handle it, then that's, I'll try to fix it between games. Just let me know in the chat, and I'll try to adjust for that. But either way, back to the picks. Zeus picked up by Vacation Dampeer, so that's probably going to be a mid. We'll have the IO Tiny on the safe lane, and the Husker going to be picked up by Cafe Lu. I really, really like this pick. It's going to be insanely interesting. Just because of the innate magic damage. I mean, Vacation Dampeer, outside of the Tiny getting an Aghanims and getting some items like an Assault Cuirass and whatnot, there's not a lot of physical damage on this team. I mean, the Phoenix is all magical. Treant really doesn't do damage, but he is mostly magical when he does it. Tiny and Io, of course, all rely on that burst damage from the Spirits and the Avalanche, the Toss, etc. That's all magic damage, and the Zeus, once again, nothing but magic damage. So having that Husker on the board is going to make things really, really difficult for them, but man, I'm excited to see this game. This is a weird draft, but it's looking cool. All right, let's introduce the teams right off the bat here. I've spent a lot of time talking about the quality and stuff, but anyways, Blue the Savage going to be playing that Wind Ranger over on the side of Cafe Lu crew. We've got Cafe Lu himself on the Earthshaker. Memoria going to be playing that Lion. I've seen him play Lion almost every single game I've casted of them. We've got ASAP going to be standing in on that Bat Rider, and Mind going to be taking the Husker down towards that bottom lane. Up on the side of Vacation Dampeer, we got Crazy Bot and Yalper taking up that Io Tiny respectively. Jack on the Zeus, Vikrmond on the Treant Protector, and Potion going to be playing on that Phoenix. Looks like we're going to have a big clash up here, 4-on-5, and this is going to get interesting. So, interesting indeed. Let's see how this first engagement comes out. Looks like Mine's going to get a free bounty run on the bottom lane, but whatever happens here, oh, great fissure. Separates the two out, but oh man, the Phoenix dives in. This is a lot of AoE damage. Memoria looking to fall. He's going to be the first blood there. Jack trying to walk his way away from this, but he's getting punched down by the Earthshaker. He's going to fall. Jack takes a fall, and that's 3 down on the side of CLC. Took an engagement that I thought they should have been able to get, but VD played it really well. They had enough heroes there and had enough AoE damage to kind of burst everybody down. And they get themselves 3 kills right off the bat. This is 3-1 at minute 0. I can't believe it. That's going to be a nice advantage for Vacation Dampeer starting this out. Wow. Awesome. Anyways, Potion heading down towards the bottom lane. We got the Treant just kind of roaming between mid and I don't know where he's going or what he's doing. I think he's just going to hang out here. He's placing a ward. He'll head back up towards top. But Tiny farming up on the top lane. He's now picked up a Magic Wand so that he can try to deal with the spam from the Bat Rider. But Bat Rider should have a pretty damn good time in this lane until the Treant makes his way up here. And like I said, Treant kind of just roaming around, doing not much for his team at the moment, which means that Tiny and Io are going to have their own little battle to face here, and I think Bat Rider is totally fine to deal with this. I mean, he's manning right up. He goes right onto the Tiny. He's stacking up the sticky napalm, and he just doesn't even care. He's chasing down the Tiny. Can he find the kill? He might be able to. How much time does he have left in Firefly? Oh, he's got years. Yalper, he's not going to be able to get out of this. He's trying to run away, and the Bat Rider finds himself a kill. There we go. Treant Protector roams up. I mean, he could throw a Leech Seed or something, but that's not going to help him all that much. And ASAP just finds himself a free kill at level 2. Wow. Jack looks like he's getting pushed back pretty hard on the mid lane, and this is a problem that you have when you run that Zeus on the mid lane. If you run out of mana, and he's got a clarity right now, but if blue can pop that with a wind run or something, Jack could be in major, major trouble here, because you need to use your mana to get that bottle up as a Zeus. Your auto attacks just aren't good. Up the top. I'm missing kills as Crazy Bot and Vickerman go for a dive on the Bat Rider, and it looks like that Leech Seed Spirits combo was just a little bit too much, and they bring down the Bat. Down in bottom lane, Potion goes for a dive. Looks like he wanted to see if he could find himself a rune, but Memoria is there to deflect him, and he takes a dive right back towards the tower. So that's going to be 30 seconds without his escape. You might have to be careful with how far forward he walks here, but Mind happily farming away on the bottom lane at the top of the CS charts at 11 and 4. Alright, up towards top. ASAP's still standing his ground really aggressively. I mean, he knows that the treant's he should know that the treant's there at least. But yeah, he's just kind of going forward, being the man that he is. And will he be able to find anything? I don't know. He's stacking up the sticky napalm, but I don't know if he's in a position to be aggressive, especially with this Treant Protector coming in behind him. If they get a Leech Seed, they could chase him down. And there it is. They seed him, but he's going to fly away. They go for a toss. Will the IO and the Treant be able to do this? They don't have the slow anymore, but the Spirits, is it going to be enough? They need that Treant to just get one punch. There it is, and they bring down the Bat Rider. Man, that combo was actually incredibly potent. I never really thought about the IO and the Treant as a support duo together, but I mean, the heal going between the two of them, it's alright. The heal isn't that great on Treant Protector, but if you get that IO to kind of magnify it on whoever you're going for, it can be pretty potent, and the two of them together make a really good duo early on. Blue playing really aggressively here, trading some hits with Jack, but not quite getting the better of the engagement. But Jack does have his bottle flying out to him now, and like I said, that clarity getting off was key to him staying in that lane, and he should be fine for now. Oscar still just a farm fest down on the bottom, man. Looks like there's going to be a bit of a rush for that bounty rune down on bottom. Zeus has opted not to go for it. He's just kind of sitting behind his tower doing his own thing. So no support's going to be able to find him quite yet. But yeah, it looks like this line and the Earthshaker want to find something on the mid. They're probably going to hook up just in here and look for a good fissure on the Zeus, hold him down, but he's playing really, really far back. I think he knows something's going on. They had the ward over here to spot this out, so they might have seen the smoke. I'm not sure. Oh, Jack's in trouble, though. He runs too far forward, gets fissured off. The Lion's there with an Earth Spike, and can they find the kill? No. Oh, man, there's no shackle. Jack is caught mighty. Oh, is he going to get the kill? No. Okay. He had like 1 second cooldown on Lightning Bolt, and if he got that off, I think he might have been able to kill the Wind Ranger and turn it back around. But Vickerman TP's in to try to help out. The Shackle Shot misses on him, but they do get the Earth Spike anyways. Can they finish him off? They've got the Focus Fire going. It's not going to be enough to bring him down. He's going to run back behind his tower, and he'll survive just for long enough to soak up some XP in this lane, and I think the Zeus will probably just TP right back in, take his lane over, and everything will reset. Alright, I'm seeing some comments about video lag, so when this game ends, I will adjust the stream settings. I'll drop down the bitrate just a little bit. I think I might have jacked it up a little too high. I was getting overzealous. I got good internet, but it's not as good for everyone else, so I'll try to do that. Let me know if that helps you guys next game, but for now, we're stuck with what we got. Oh, there we go. Alright, Cafe Lou just kind of roaming around. Whoa, he is 4-0-1. I didn't realize how many of the kills that Crazy Bot's actually got in that game. I guess a couple from that Bat Rider, and I think he got one in that early engagement. But damn, that is an impressive wisp. 100% kill participation so far. That's a little bit ridiculous. Alright, Jack and Vickerman just sitting on mid lane doing whatever they need to do. Down at bottom, engagement comes out, Potion gets caught, and he's just going to get brought down there. Looks like he tried to dive away and got hexed in the middle of it, so Lion catching him with a good split-second disable, and they bring down the Phoenix on bottom lane. Kind of coming a little bit closer to evening up the kill score now, as we sit 4-5 at 6.5 minutes into this game. Mind has been farming like a boss down here as well. 40 and 16 for his last hits, and he's got quite a few levels under his belt as well. He's sitting at level 7.5, and he's going to start blowing people up pretty damn soon. Like I said, I don't know if Vacation Dampeer really have an answer to Husker right now. I mean, they haven't had too many engagements where he's been relevant so far. But, I mean, there's just no physical damage to speak of. What are you going to use to get that last 20% of health off of him? Like, Tiny's your best bet, but he still hits super duper slow. And meanwhile, down at the bottom, Phoenix gets dove. That's going to be a kill. And, oh, are they going to get the Treant as well? They're going to go for it. He drops the Leech Seed, and actually, with the Zeus ultimate, they bring down the Husker. So, they trade 2 for 1. Not ideal, but they still get a kill on, they still get that kill on Husker. And he only had 2 points in the Berserker's Blood, so that bonus resistance wasn't as high as it could have been. I can't remember what cast I was watching, but there was a comment made by one of the casters about how many health you have to have as Husker to survive a Zeus ulti when all your abilities are at level 3, and I think the answer came out to be something ridiculously low. I think as a Husker, you can survive a Zeus ulti at like 10 HP or something less. It's ridiculous, but... Anyways, Tiny farming away at the top lane. He's hit his level 6, but Isle is roaming around the map. He needs to find some experience and just get himself to level 6 because those relocates are going to be oh so important to CLC's success in this game. Or, Vacation Dampeer's success in this game. I don't think CLC wants that happening. But, yeah, we'll see. Alright, some comments about quality being fine. Jeez, people. Mixed signals, man. Oh, Phoenix goes for a dive away from the side shop and gets caught out by a fissure, but that's not going to be enough to bring her down. She gets away from that, but yeah, that was an interesting little smoke gank there. They walked into the lane, Phoenix went for a dive back and met them halfway. If they had fast enough response time, maybe they get the Hex out and find a kill, but it is just hard to do that. Mind goes for a dive on Potion. He wants to find this kill, but the Treant armor is there to help out. And will they find this kill? I think they will. The Burning Spear is just doing so much damage, and actually CrazyBot dives in, Magic Wand to help out, and now they're trying to turn this back around. They get the Earthshaker, but they're not going to find the Husker, and the Phoenix survives. That's the big takeaway from that. That dive in from the IO saves his life, makes sure that Magic Wand charge helps him out, and even using the overcharge to keep him out of that last little bit of damage. But Phoenix is having a really hard time in this lane. Not hitting level 6 just yet. I think, yeah, hero level. Phoenix is sitting down amongst the supports right now, and his opposition, the Batrider, is sitting at actually the highest XP in the game at level 9. Up at top, Yalper, he gets jumped on by a few heroes. That's the story of that, and he gets finished off. Memoria just stacking up the jungle camps. I think he actually missed that stack. It looks like he did. But it's a triple stack. It's really hard to get these ones, especially since you can't pull them down directly away from the camp. You kind of have to make them path around the trees.